Here they come, the leaders of the new church, Reverend Cuz and Deacon Tex.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, viewers.
Welcome to Conformity Antidote.
Finally.
We've had some serious son of a bitchin' audio problems and whatnot, so we apologize. Let me tell you, if you ever see the movie Spinal Tap, that's this show, because every time we go, something goes wrong.
I know. It's always something.
Son of a
But that's
biscuit.
all right. We're here now, and welcome Vivian and Burgundy.
Burgundy.
They both have been patiently waiting.
Well, we appreciate
for us
that.
to come on. Yes.
Let me get my drink.
Oh, it's not nice.
What is it? No, I said it. It's got a little ginger ale with lemonade.
Yes.
All right.
So nice.
What happened last week? I don't know what happened last week.
I don't know what had happened last week.
Was there a problem last week? We were on last week.
I think.
Yeah, we were.
She was there too. I think.
Oh. Anyway.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what happened last week because we were good, but I don't know. Let us know if something's goofy.
Yes.
Because
unlike us.
Was that an off week?
No.
It was a Saturday, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Unless she's talking about something else. Yummy. Oh,
no.
Yes. She's
talking about me.
Oh.
All right. So, well, thanks for hanging with us and didn't see the stream. Okay. It's on there. Sorry. But anyway. So, we're ready for let's go kick it in. Let's go ahead and start with a little bit of news.
Sucky.
All these right bastards make a bad product.
All right, it's from China tariff.
Bad
Ooh.
product. Shit do not work.
Yeah, shit don't know. It's probably from Canada.
Oh, well, there you go.
Because we're not bringing it for China anymore, so they're looking at alternative places.
Oh, yeah, Canada's going.
I know. Well, with old
blackface
yeah.
Trudeau.
Yeah, I am Alibaba. How come you look like you got? How come I look like you ran through a coal factory? You goofy ass.
All right.
Okay.
So
He's stupid. I like that.
I got black lung.
Yeah, you must have. What did you do? Like cough and it's got on your face?
All right. So okay. We're kicking off. So here's the thing. This shit pisses me off. So part of our issue with the audio is so our first news story is about the whistleblower debacle and Trump. Okay? I had the video, all right, but for some reason our audio and stuff screwed up. Anyway, I had the video of Biden at the what was it? Do I have it here?
I think so.
The Foreign Affairs Relations Forum in 2018 is January 23rd, 2018, where Biden is sitting there talking about, and he's bragging about it in front of all these people, about how he went over to Ukraine and told them, I'm not going to give you the $1 billion in guaranteed loan payment unless you fire the state's attorney. And then he's bragging about it. He's like, well, they're like, you can't do that. You're not the president. And he's like, call him. He's like, I'm going to be here for another 6 hours. And if he's not fired by the time I leave, you're not getting the money. So Vice President of the United States, this was actually in 2014 when he did this. So that is not abuse of power, right? But anyway, so the whistleblower BS. So this whole whistleblower crap when they're sitting there, when they said that of course the whistleblower had secondhand information, didn't know about it. Why are we half cut off?
I don't know. Why are we cut?
Maybe we need to go wide.
Yeah, let's go wide.
Hold on. 1 second.
Hold the thought. Hold the phone for just a second. And hello.
Hopefully this won't disrupt our dealy do.
I'm sure it will. the way things are going right now, all we see is your hand. There's a nice little hand. That's Reverend Cuz's poems.
How's that?
They have then. Well, nothing's. I still see your hands. No, it's still. Well, no, you're fine. It looks good, Dan.
You know what? That's all we got.
It's all we've got.
That's all we got.
All right.
Oh, let me fix our thingy here. All right.
Yeah, it works.
Our green screen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, now can we get on with the damn show here? Jeez,
Yes.
criminy.
Holy cow.
Seriously. So anyway, so like we're saying, Whistleblower had secondhand information and wouldn't say who he talked to, or he or she, we don't know, it's whatever, who they talked to, blah, blah, blah. But they said that it was going to be quid pro quo, that Trump said either you investigate Biden or I'm withholding financial aid. Never said it. Came on the video or came on the call in the transcripts. Never said it, right? And so, well, then the Democrats changed up and said, well, okay, well, maybe he alluded to stuff. And it's like, no. He said Biden. And then the Ukrainian president came back and said that prosecutor, whatever, case and this and the other, that was already on our list to look into. And then he came out in a press conference, Ukrainian minister, president, and said in a news conference that investigating the prosecutor was already on their list of things to do. And so it's like, unless the Democrats want to go call the Ukraine president a liar, there you go. Trump did not do what they said he did, but Biden did. And did you ever hear the story about Biden doing that? Except for on Fox. Fox reported it. Anybody else hear anything about it? No. And here's the thing. Biden was talking about withholding $1 billion from him. Hypocrisy, dude. I'm telling you, this shit's really starting to piss me off. These Democrats have lost their freaking mind.
Well, we were talking earlier, might chime into this too, is how even old Bill Maher, who's a very liberal guy on HBO or whatever, has came out and said that, if this was Don, how the other networks are being quiet about it, and they said if this was Don Jr., Donald Trump's son,
yep,
that Rachel Madcow would be talking about it like constantly, and yet it's like nothing. So he even has called them out. So
it's again, the Democrats, their middle name ought to be hypocrisy, because they're so full of shit. I'm tired of these people. They're making it. How about this? The man's doing good. All right. How about you focus on doing shit like giving border patrol and customs agent, how about a little bit more resources? How about that shit? How about you do something with the illegal immigration reform, which you assholes said you were going to work on, and you guys haven't done shit with it. How about that? How about you work on that stuff instead of quit going after Trump when he's actually doing stuff and you're trumping up things? That's what. So Deacon Tex and I have talked about. We need some freaking term limits in there and get some of these old bastards out of there, like freaking Schumer. And oh by the way, let me add this little tidbit. So it's funny that the lawyer or the law firm and the specific lawyer that is representing this quote unquote whistleblower, guess who he's worked for in the past? 2 names.
Obama.
No, you're close. Really close.
Biden.
No. Two people I really hate.
Oh, Clinton.
Boom. Hillary Clinton.
And
crying.
Who's crying?
Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer. Well, don't give me Chuck Schumer.
I know. So this specific lawyer and his law. So there's no other power law firms in the D.C. area that can represent him except for somebody who actually represented, and he worked for the DNC. Thank you, Burgundy. Yes, he did. And he specifically worked for Clinton and Chuck Schumer. Coincidence? I tell you, okay, let me put it this way. I like what Trump's doing, but if for anything other than the exposure of the just explicit bullshit hypocrisy that we got going on, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That to me is, well, I mean, he's doing a lot of good, but to me that's worth 2 pigs in a poke.
Yeah. Well, and you know what's funny is they've mentioned, because they've started all this, although the money that's been pouring into his reelection fund. So yeah. Be careful what you wish for. Well,
right.
then part of the squad member, I forgot to bring this up this afternoon, but one of those squad members is in trying to get money in her coffers or coffers or whatever. Coffers, not coifers. Coifers is like a hat. Anyway.
Haberdashery?
Sells
men's hat and accessories.
And so anyway, in order to get money in her coffers, she's selling T-shirts that say "Impeach the MF."
Well, there you go.
With it like part of the American, it looks like the flag, but it's actually not. But it says "Impeach the MF."
Well, that's nice.
So that's
but we want to talk about Trump's rhetoric when everybody else is calling them Nazis. Tlaib said, "Let's impeach that motherfucker from before." Okay, yeah, really? Okay, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go F yourself, all y'all. You know what? Go back where you came from. That's right, you heard it. That's right, I said it. In the immortal words of Mark Levin. That's right, I said it. He always goes, that's right, I said it. Obama's a jerk.
Mark Levin.
So anyway, and I think Burgundy even kind of pointed out a little bit, like AOC in her district, they hate her. Freaking Tlaib in her district, they hate her. And Omar, they hate her. So guess what? When it comes up for re-election, the one woman, I don't even know where she came from. The black lady, I can't remember her name. I don't know what she's doing.
Yeah, where's she from anyway?
I don't know.
She's the one that nobody
I
really. I
think she's California, but I'm like, who are you?
Well, that's actually probably a good thing that she's trying to do, because we know the other three, but it's like the 3 tenors. It's like you know 2 of the tenors, but then you're like, well, what the other guy?
Yeah, you suck.
But then again, well, let's not talk about 3 tenors, because it turns out one of them's got a little bit of that he's in trouble for.
Who?
I think it might be the other guy, but one of them.
Pavarotti's dead, obviously.
Right.
Placido Domingo.
It might be Domingo. One of them.
Then you got. Was it Jose Carrera? Is that his name? Carreras?
Yeah, something like that.
Carrera.
I think it's Domingo. One of them.
Placido Domingo.
One of them. The women
what's
are
his
like
name?
Enrico Palazzo.
Naked Gun.
And some bombs bursting in air. Dum, dum, dum.
Stray. Yike. Okay.
Hey, look, isn't that Enrico Palazzo behind the Awesome movie.
Okay, we digress.
Awesome movie.
Anyway, yes. So Biden and all the whistleblower and all that bullshit, go screw yourself. You know what? That was it. You want to throw that quote out that you were talking about?
Oh, yes. This came up in a conversation that I had 2 weeks ago with somebody, or actually I had with me, and it seems to be very apropos. And I read it, it's like I always forgot. But let us look up Matthew.
Hold on. All right, proceed.
Let us look up Matthew 7.5. Or 7.5. I always say 0.5, but It's not point. It's 7. Matthew
chapter
7,
verse
5.
Yes.
And read it, and let's if you supposedly say that you're a church-going person or whatever, which I like how people throw that around like it's.
I'm a Christian.
Like it's a thing.
Oh, really?
Not anymore. Actually, depends on who you are. A lot of people are like shunning away. There is no such thing as the God that would just do such hideous things. There is no God.
I'm spiritual.
Yes.
I'm deeply spiritual. Spiritual to what? Like, just Spiritual.
I like spirits. Amen, sister.
Amen.
Don't we all?
There
We
you
all
go.
like some spirits.
There you go.
And cheers.
Oh, that's nice. That's
But
lovely.
anyway, I was actually looking. I would love to get like. I wish somebody would put out a bumper sticker that just was like Matthew. And I actually looked online and I haven't found anybody, but it says Matthew 7:5 because I think that we need that more now probably than ever.
Mm.
And if people don't know what it is, then just go flip
Look it
out
up.
your Bible and take a look at it.
Yeah.
But it has a lot to do with hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So
I'm just double checking, make sure we're on everywhere.
I
Oh,
think-
yeah, we are. And we're right there. Let me just check our Twitter action. And I know we're on YouTube because that's where Burgundy is. And let's just double check some Twitter action, make sure we're on there.
over there.
Booyah! Yes.
Okay.
All right. We just got to double check. Okay. So let's move into this piece of shit. Oh, what happened to my third?
Oh, there he is. He's right there. Paralyzed.
Yeah, no, well, my third one. Oh, the Doomsday thing. I didn't have anything for that case. We'll do that. All right. So.
Who is that? Salvador Dali?
No, this is a piece of shit.
Well,
Okay. So this name is Albert Herbig. And Herbig he looks like he's a little jacked up there, poor fella. And Herbig, on September 8th, broke into his estranged wife's house and assaulted her and her daughter, his stepdaughter, with a wrench. All right, so he was abusing them, assaulting them with a wrench. Now here's the thing. You might want to check. Well, you shouldn't be beating people up anyway, but you might want to check it out because his stepdaughter was packing some heat. Shot his ass in the back, hit him in the spine, paralyzed his ass.
that's a shame.
That's what you get. You go to beat people with a wrench.
Yeah, no kidding.
Stepdaughter's packing.
What's
Get
like
some of that?
What's like the saying? Were you bringing a knife to a gunfight?
That's right. He brought a wrench to a
Aha!
gunfight.
Yeah. Aha! I got. Aha!
Shot him in. She just went and shot him. They wasn't really aiming, just aiming for center mass, whatever. Popped him right in the spine, paralyzed his ass. So this right here is him in the hospital, right? But he's on closed circuit television with the judge, and the judge is giving him the sentence. He's gonna go to prison, paralyzed. That's what you get.
And that's just
Dumbass.
that's just awful.
Yeah,
I
no.
feel so bad for you.
Yes.
Asshole.
Asshole. That's what you
Well,
get,
especially
you piece of crap.
How old was his stepdaughter? Did it say?
It did not say. He's 65, but it didn't say the ages
her
of
daughter.
of his wife or his
daughter.
strange wife and her daughter.
So I would probably say she was in her like maybe 30s, maybe 20s
Probably.
or 30s or whatever. Good for her, And that's what I like to see. I wish more people, we would hear more people doing stuff like that, because I tell you what, criminals go after people that they think look weak or that they can victimize. And you know what? If they weren't sure, if grandma pulled out something. Oh, just saw what Burgundy put, and you are correct, Miss. You are correct.
That's right.
Hey, maybe that'll put the nerve endings back in place. The comment was made, for those of you that cannot read the chat at the moment,
Or that are not on YouTube.
YouTube, that he won't be able to feel it when he gets up the butt when he's in prison. Yes. Mm-hmm. Here it comes, boy. Wait a minute. I can feel something now. Makes it a little bit better.
Yeah. All right, get off, you piece of crap.
Yes.
That's what
You get what you deserve.
you do. That's
Yep.
what you get.
Well,
Now that you get paralyzed, you get a jail sentence.
Now that we're doing our you reap what you sow.
We're getting all biblical today.
I know.
We're getting biblical on your ass.
Yes, we are. So.
We're done with the news. That was the news.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you were doing
No, I did that for the. I actually did that for the reap what you sow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyhow.
So now let's get into our topics.
Top X, yes, the real meat. Oh, look at that. Little camel. This is a good one. And I hope you all have eaten. Or maybe haven't eaten.
Okay, so
Let me get ready.
hopefully I'll be able to get through this one. Okay, so we're in the lovely state of Louisiana, and
I should have known. Louisiana.
all right, so we're in Louisiana. I think was it give the city? I thought I'd give the city. Maybe I didn't put it there. All right, it's no big deal. Anyway, so we're on I-10 at the Tiger truck stop. You like that?
I like that.
All right.
I actually thought it was a truck stop.
I know. So, a Florida woman, had her dog. They stopped the truck stop, and her dog got away from her, and so, her dog ran into a pen. Now at this truck stop, they have a small petting zoo, with one of the animals being Casper
the camel.
the camel. Well, so the woman runs into a pen, didn't know it was his pen, trying to catch the dog. So the spooked the camel. The camel did what sometimes it does to defend itself, and it sat on the woman.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Okay. Yes, the camel sat on her. Okay, well that's not the whole story because after the camel sat on her, the only way that I guess she thought that she could get the camel off of her was to bite him in the nuts.
That poor camel. Look at him. I got these. I need to get up. Oh no. Ma'am.
They must have been some dusty nuts.
No, watch. So ma'am, I believe the camel's trying to get up. Oh no, not yet. Oh.
Excuse me, ma'am. You're not supposed to. Excuse me, man. You're not supposed to jiggle them. You're supposed to.
Then you got like little kids sitting there because it's a petting zoo. Mama, what's that woman doing? She's fighting that camel.
Are we supposed to be petting those? She bit the camel in the nuts.
Oh my gosh.
There's nothing else you could think of behind the camel.
Yeah, there's like nothing else you can do.
And so I saw the news thing on it, and so the caretaker of the camel she's dead serious. She's like, my goodness, she done scared Casper half to death. He's never felt anything. He's never experienced anything like that before. And I was like, I bet he hasn't.
Yeah, exactly. What's that? What's this crazy human woman doing? Biting my nuts. I bet you she's experienced something like that before, though.
I wish she would have. Right in her face.
I know, right in old. Oh my gosh, she's like, and that ain't nothing. I've had a cow sit on my face before too.
I bit it in the udder.
Ma'am, it seems like you have a problem with large equine animals sitting on your face.
Keep your mouth to yourself. Oh my gosh.
Did she find her dog?
Yeah, she did.
Poor Camel.
No, like he's yelling in pain right
I know.
there. He's like, "Damn, girl, get off."
Get off those. I'm surprised. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't like kick her.
I wish he would have kicked her.
I tell you what. I know the Reverend Cuz knows, but everybody looks and thinks that camels are like, nice to look at, but they're not very nice animals. They can be very nasty animals when they want to be.
They like to bite.
They do like to bite, and they like to spit, and they can be like jackasses, and, stubborn, like where they don't want to get up and we don't have. Where they don't want to get up and move or do whatever.
Oh,
so,
come back here, Fluffy. Come back here. Oh, my goodness. Get off of me. Oh, my gosh. People, we ain't making this crap up, I'm telling you. Wow. Okay. Well,
Louisiana.
Let's move on.
Well, and it does say, because it says here that it was in Iberville Parish.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, she said, I bit his balls to get him off me. I bit his testicles to get him off of me.
I didn't know what to do. He was sitting right on my face. Oh, we should. Well, never mind. We should have kept the potato chip one.
I know.
Let her chew on those.
Poor Camel.
Oh, wait, maybe. Oh, wait. I gotta get the Fluffy. Wait, the camel. Wait, don't. Sit. Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I gotta get this camel on me.
Wait a minute. Some guys come over. I'm going to come over and help. Ow, lady, that's not the camel's nuts. Those are mine.
Officer, you put one of those spit guards on her because she's a biter.
They had to put like
Hannibal Lecter mask. Clarice, we get some fava beans.
I need a little candy.
All right.
Oh,
my stomach hurts.
We like to say that the camel was all right,
yes,
and so was the dog. Now, as far as the
lady
was concerned,
she was cited
God only knows.
for trespassing and assault on the animal,
on a furry animal.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. All right, so let's go to this lovely couple.
Oh, it's yes.
Look,
they do look. They look like lovely.
They're a very lovely couple. This is New Jersey parents, Christina Koderich and Drew Wasylinski. All right.
I see.
And unfortunately, they couldn't. They tried to have kids, couldn't have kids. So, what they did is they did the in vitro, right? And so when the baby gestated and they were all excited, they found out it was going to be a girl. And the baby came out, and there was a problem, not with the health, but there was a certain issue with the baby when they're saying, "Hey, something's wrong. Something's just off."
Doctor, is it
what's
a boy or is it a girl, boy or a girl?
It's an Asian.
You just given birth to
number one daughter.
Number one. It's terrible. Oh, you'll have a healthy baby girl.
Baby girl, yes.
Oh, she's very nice.
She is born in the dragon.
Yes, you're the dragon. It's better than you're the rat.
Or you're
the cock.
Well, that was.
I know,
it's
animal rooster.
We're not talking about cock and
we're not doing
children.
dirty. Yeah.
So Christina and Drew, they filed a lawsuit with Essex County Superior Court against the Institute for the Institute for Reproductive Medicine and Science at St. Barnabas in Livingston, New Jersey, alleging that the mix-up by the clinic resulted in their daughter having a different biological father. The New Jersey couple is suing after claiming their daughter, who began to develop Asian features, was accidentally conceived using the sperm of an unknown donor.
And now, in here to talk about it a little bit more is the obstetrician and gynecologist in charge of the operation, Dr. Wang.
No offense.
Oh, we thought surgery went very well.
Very well.
Very well. See, I got beta mixed up.
I did. I have some sperm missing. I don't know where to go.
Yes.
Oh, now we do.
Oh, I had to tell husband get out of room, and the beta broke, so we had to improvise.
The condom broke is what happened.
That's all. Excuse me, Dr. Wang. What are you doing on my wife? Doing an examination.
I know.
Oh, I do examination to make sure
She good to go. Why you up on the table with her? Oh, this is new. This is new. I said, this is not new. This is ancient Chinese procedure. You know nothing.
Yeah, you Americans young in sexual ways.
Y'all want to do all this fake and intravenous. No, we go all natural. I do so. Yeah. So we laugh, but it's bad. I mean, if you can't have kids and you go through this whole process,
well,
it's not right.
Well,
but you go through this process, and then all of a sudden the kid comes out Asian.
Right. Okay.
Now, Grant,
okay. So let's get to the point. It was still her egg. Okay. It just was not fertilized by him, obviously, unless he's got some Asian in his background. But I guess probably not. I mean, it's still their kid. However,
it's not his.
Well, yeah, exactly. And not only that, but you look. This is my point. You paid all of that money.
Yep.
I'm telling
you. Even Burgundy just said that. You're
paying probably thousands upon thousands of dollars to have this procedure done, and they screw it up. You know, that's it. That Give me my. I want a refund, mother. Effer.
Yeah, I mean, you know, and they're supposed to have, you know, all these protocols.
Right.
I'm gonna spit on myself. All these protocols that you know that are supposed to. So here's the thing. Let me explain something to you. All you people that go 23andMe, who's to say they're not jacking up? They're not getting your DNA mixed up. If you can mix up a dude's sperm that is supposed to be inseminated into, or this woman's supposed to be inseminated with, and it's different, and they screwed that up. And you got all these people sending in
right, the 23andMe, Ancestry.com, all this other crap.
All their, you know, the spit or whatever, their DNA. You don't know. I mean, well, I'm going to say you don't know, but there could be a big possibility that the DNA that comes out is not yours. You just don't know.
Well,
Plus, you shouldn't be sending that stuff in. Anyway.
I know. Well, my thing is this too. You don't know. You never know. That stuff could be coming in, and there's like a guy behind the desk. You get them in the mail, and he throws them in the trash. He'll be like, "Okay, we haven't used. All right, she's from Norway and from Africa, from Zimbabwe, and a little bit of Taiwan in her. Let's go ahead and send that back to her. Oh, Fred, look at my results I got back. I'm a worldly. I'm from Taiwan.
I want to get me a kimono.
I want to go to this Z country in Africa, Zimbabwe.
I'm part black. I'm gonna start wearing my hair now,
Then we could go to Norway. Oh, it's too cold in Norway, but
what's up? What's up, my?
Well, these people.
Excuse me. Why do you kiss? I'm 5% black. I'm from Nigeria. You know what? You're also from
Yes.
Or you're also going
Right.
on the street.
Oh, wait a minute. What's that? That's that Camel again.
So the thing is, and like we said, this is bad here, but just going to the DNA again, the 23 guys. I mean, I know it's exciting to figure out what where this, that, and the other stuff, but just be yourself, because I'm telling you what, you get your DNA in there, and oh, by the way, that can't be hacked.
Yeah,
Ooh.
no, not at all.
You got financial institutions who put, billions and billions of dollars into cybersecurity, and they still get hacked.
Right.
You think 23andMe's got the shit locked down?
23andMe has been hacked once or twice already.
There you go.
So it's just food for thought, and I like the people that are like, you know what kills me though, since we're on the conversation real quick of like sending the DNA in. Okay, what kills me though is there's a good side and a downside to it, but I think the good side is you've got these idiot criminals, okay, that committed a crime. I murdered somebody like 40 years ago, and I got away with it. And then these idiots are sending in, I wonder who I'm related to. So they're sending it into 23andMe, and they're like, and of course people don't be fooled. They put this shit in a database, okay, and there's a guy from the FBI and law enforcement that's probably sitting right beside him, like, oh, okay, let's go ahead and run all this DNA through our database. And all of a sudden, bam, oh, there's an unsolved murder from 40 years ago from Clem, from West Virginia.
Gotcha.
Yep. How did y'all catch me? It's been 40 years since I did it. Is this your swab? Oh, dang it. Damn you some bitches.
Because there's no statute of limitations on murder.
Nope.
Homicides.
And by the way, while we're taking you in, it turns out that you may have relatives in Argentina and South Africa and Iran.
Damn it! That means I got all kind of mixed blood in me. Damn it!
Oh yeah,
I'm pure white. No, you are.
And it's gonna
you are actually a quarter black.
Oh! And I'll tell you what, you're gonna be a lot more black when you get to prison.
That's right. Along with some blue.
Oh, Judas. But the whole thing with this, what kills me though about this whole, you cannot tell me that this was a screw up. Somebody along the way, in my opinion, did this on purpose. There's too much money that changes hands, and there's, like you said, there's supposed to be safeguards against this stuff. So you can't tell. How many times have we heard like these women that go to these fertility clinics, and all of a sudden this doctor is basically in a room, and I'm kids, if you're in the room, please leave for just a second. You have this doctor that sits there in his office jacking off into a cup.
Oh.
And he's sitting there giving it to these women, and these women, next thing you know, there's like 40 or 50 kids running around that are related to the doctor in a fertility clinic. So you can't, to me, in my opinion, this was done on purpose. This guy, this quack, whoever did it, or somebody that worked in the fertility clinic purposely gave out the wrong
what? And if that
stuff.
happens, we gotta take his nuts between two bricks.
Yep. Or give him to old girl down there in Louisiana.
She'll bite him off.
There's a smaller pair. There's look like little cashews compared to what I'm used to getting.
Hey, what's up, Eduardo?
So
we got Ed. We got
Mr.
Ed on the line.
How you doing, sir? Welcome aboard. He's our. For those of you that don't know, this was back in our glory days at the beach. He was one of the gentlemen.
That was only like a few months ago.
I know, but it seems so long ago.
It does.
But he was one of our. He was here on the show, doing the taste test with our Reverend Cuz. So
whiskey tasting. So
yes.
If you haven't seen it, go back to June
something,
20 something.
Yes, 20 something.
So go look at our whiskey tasting June 20 something, and you'll see. Oh, Easy E.
From the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good times. Lovely times.
Let's get some.
Yes.
They need some more scotch. Scotch. I do have So I don't know. Of course, I'm doing this little thing. I don't know if Mr. Edward's coming over on next Saturday, but I do have.
That's
a nice,
right.
Yep, I do have a nice bottle of Knob Creek.
So that'll be a little enticement to get him to come here to the show.
And just Miss Christie. So I might be doing a little bit of old fashioned.
Yes. You are old fashioned.
What are you talking over there, Grandpa?
Old. I know.
All right.
So anyway,
let's get the
poor couple. But you know what? This. Raise it. She's your daughter. This is my thing. She's your daughter.
Absolutely.
Raise her. It's not her fault. Raise her like a normal child. That she's your own daughter. I don't care if she was like black.
So
whatever, Hispanic. Just that's your daughter.
Yeah, so unfortunately, the parents we just showed. Let's get them back up. I mean, they're divorced now because of this. So.
Oh, now he dumped her or vice versa?
It doesn't say. It just says they divorced. It didn't say how or why. But they're divorced now. I don't know. But I don't know. Something. Okay, I don't. Okay, look. I don't want to judge and sit there and say I'm Lord God Almighty and stuff. But the simple fact, I mean, if you really just wanted a child, and I understand it's not 100%
right.
You're two, but look. If you're, you should just like Deacon Tech said, raise the child like she's your own because she is part hers. And if you guys can't work it out, then you probably shouldn't have had the kid to begin with.
Right.
Any kid, if you can't weather the storm, seriously.
Yeah, to me that's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
Because look at how many parents out in the world adopt. They're not blood relatives and stuff like that, and adopt and raise those children like they're their own. So that's just the biggest cop-out bullshit. To me, that's ego.
Yeah.
That's ego and narcissism.
I
wanted that kid to be mine, my sperm and my this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like Deacon Tech said, it's not the child's fault.
No, it's not the child's fault.
So the simple fact that you just want to bail on her,
I was going to say it's not the wife's fault either.
No, it's not.
It's not the wife's fault. It's not the husband's fault. It's Dr.
Wang.
Wang.
At least we don't think it's her fault.
Well, no. Could be.
But no. So it's nobody's fault. But again, not to be rude, but if you can't weather that storm on that, then maybe it's best. I don't know. Anyway.
Correct. So, our final story, and we should bring down the lights.
Doomsday. Yes. So, there's been a lot of talk about climate change and this, that, and the other, and how climate change has been derived from scientists and news agencies, blah 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 blah. Okay, let us just start out with this. Should we do more for the planet and work to do better for the planet, help it heal a little bit? Yes. Do we need to go ape shit with the hair on fire? Well, maybe not me, but my beard go on fire. But it go on fire? No. Okay. Because number one, if you watched, was it last week's show where we did the NASA, or was it the week before?
It was the week before. One of those. It was like the last 2 weeks we did the NASA.
So if you saw us, I think it's the week before, we actually had, because of the Amazon fires,
right,
in the Amazon jungle, it prompted NASA to take satellite imagery of the whole Earth. Okay, and here's what they found. And what they found was that, as a matter of fact, forestation of the Earth is up. And as a matter of fact, we have I don't even know what the word is.
Reforested.
Parts in this around the planet that accumulate to the size of Texas and Alaska combined. That amount of area. It's for the whole world, right? So right there, it tells you it's BS. Well, plus you got like we talked about before. Plus you got these freaking green energy dumbasses that are like whacking all these forests to put up solar farms.
I know.
Yeah, let's kill let's kill the trees that actually convert CO2 into oxygen,
Right.
and whack it,
and put up these panels.
dumbasses.
How about putting the panels on houses, you idiots?
Yeah, instead of whacking all the habitats in the forest, you stupid ass. Anyway,
Yeah.
so anyway, a think tank out of it's called the Competitive Enterprise Institute. Doesn't say where they're based out of, but anyway, so it's a think tank, and what they did is they went through the last what is it, 50 years?
Something like that, yeah. But
Yeah,
let's say what you start off with.
Yeah, last 50 years or so, and to do all and they compiled all of these dire climate predictions. Or God's wrath, however you want to look at it.
Yes, the end of days.
End of days. So they put together a lengthy compilation of apocalyptic predictions dating back decades. All right. So
Let's start us off. Prediction number 1.
1969.
Ah, what a year.
Yes, Paul.
That was a great year.
It was a nice one. So Paul Ehrlich, a biologist, and he was backed by the New York Times, and they urged population control to mitigate the impacts of humans on the environment. He warned that everybody would disappear in a cloud of blue steam in 20 years. No. Now, the New York
Why
Times.
blue steam?
Yeah, I don't know what the blue steam is. Now, the New York Times. Wait a minute, hold on.
That's green steam.
That's green steam. You made me do Hollis's stuff. That's what you get.
You picked it, not me.
Anyway, so. That's not good. Okay. Okay, here we go. That's the wrong one. Okay, so and the New York Times reported this. Okay, and then the court at the same time the Salt Lake Tribune printed the same thing and also had a warning of disastrous famine and urged placing sterilizing agents into stable foods and drinking water to reduce the population.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, let's sterilize everybody.
Yeah, without their knowledge.
And New York Times and these other papers were printing this shit, you dumbass. Okay. Anyway.
That's almost as bad as the rumor that they used to put saltpeter in our food in the basic training, which I actually think they did. They could sit there and tell us they did.
I don't know what they put in it, but I can tell you Sergeant Rock wasn't at attention
for quite
pretty
some
much
time.
the whole time I was.
And there's nothing wrong with that because you really don't want it to be active.
No, you do not.
You don't want them to be active in basic training. I'm going to tell you that right now. Things can get a little they'll be hard to explain.
especially because that's Southern basic training. The only girl I ever saw in basic training was a little 5-foot drill sergeant named Drill Sergeant Miles. Black lady with the mouth is twice as big as she was.
Isn't that always something? They always
He was like, here we go, find yourself some real estate and push your way to China. I should have whooped her little ass. Anyway, I was scared back then. Okay. I was in the military. I was like, I do get.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. 1970, the Boston Globe ran the headline, "Scientists predict a new ice age by the 21st century." The Washington Post, for its part, published a Columbia. Now Columbia is very, very,
very well. Yes, it's Ivy League.
Yes,
it's Ivy League school.
Very astute. Columbia University scientists claim that the world will be as little as 50 or 60 years away from a disastrous new ice age.
I'm waiting.
Yeah.
I like it cold, really.
I was waiting for the mammoth and
The woolly
saber-tooth tiger
the woolly
and
mammoth.
what is Sid?
The Yeti.
No, what is Sid? Is he like a what is he, a gopher or something? Ice Age.
Oh, from Ice Age? I can't remember.
I wait for them
it's
to come
like
sliding through my
like-
house. Okay. What was Sid?
I don't know. I think he was like a not a gopher, but a weasel or something.
Weasel?
Or like something ice
Anyway.
weasel,
All right.
Antarctic weasel. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
So, Time Magazine, the illustrious Time
Yes.
Magazine.
Who's probably still one of the only news publications still actually putting out a magazine because Newsweek went away.
They should have been gone a long time ago. Anyway, they echoed along with other media outlets in suggesting that another ice age was imminent. Telltale signs were everywhere, from the unexpected persistence and thickness of pack ice in the waters around Iceland to the southward migration of a warmth-loving creature like the armadillo from the Midwest. They warned this in 1974. The Guardian similarly warned in 1974 that space satellites show new ice age coming fast. 1974.
I'm still waiting.
We were talking about the ice age.
I'm still waiting because I'm telling you right now, it was hot this summer. I wouldn't mind being cooled off a little bit. I told you I like ice. I could do some hockey. I go out the backyard and hockey, ski.
It'd be just like on what was that movie?
What?
What was that one? Was it End of Days? No. Remember when that big frost came through?
Oh, that's
and the dude was trapped in New York.
End of tomorrow or something tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that.
No. And I can't remember. Help us out, audience. What was that movie? It had old
Dennis Quaid.
It had Dennis Quaid, and it had one of the Jake Glickenstaff or Glickenhall.
Gyllenhaal, whatever his name is.
Anyway.
Anywho. All right, so that was 1974. So there were also fears in 1978, and they said the world would experience a never-ending cooling trend in the northern hemisphere. The claim came from an international team of specialists cited by the New York Times in 1978.
Yes, Mr. Ed, you are correct.
Day after tomorrow. Is it day after tomorrow? Day after tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Hey, well, thank you there, Mr.
Thank you,
Miller.
Mr. Ed.
No, that was Mr. Miller.
Oh, was it Mr. Miller? Oh, that was Mr. Miller. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, Ed said end of tomorrow,
and then
day after
Mr.
tomorrow.
Miller came out and said day after tomorrow.
I don't know which one it is.
I think it is day after tomorrow.
Okay, we'll go with that.
It has tomorrow in it.
Yeah.
I know that.
The day after yesterday.
Tomorrow.
Before.
Tomorrow.
Was that Friday after next?
Or is that the days of our lives? Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. All right, anyway.
All right, so now we're going to bump up to 1989.
Yeah, that was a great year.
Yes. The Associated Press had a headline said, "Rising seas could obliterate nations." UN officials stated the article detailed a UN environmental official warning that entire nations would be eliminated if the world failed to reduce warming by the year 2000.
In the year 2000. Remember that? Remember that show? I think it was like
no.
They were talking about like making all these predictions at the end of the world. I can't remember what show that was.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
So that was in 1989. All right. Now we're going to bump up to 2008. ABC stands for ass backwards C word.
That's no, you know what it stands for? All Bill Clinton.
Oh. So you got all Bill Clinton, you got CNN, which is Clinton News Network,
yep.
or Crack News Network, as I call them.
Yes.
Anyway, so in 2008, ABC released an ominous video about what the world would look like in 2015. As the video warned about rising sea levels, a graphic showed significant portions of New York City engulfed by water. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry, New York.
Al Gore, the inventor of the internet, Al Gore himself famously predicted that in the early 2000s, the Arctic ice would be gone within 7 years, and at the end of those 7 years, the Arctic ice had actually gone. At the end of those 7 years, the Arctic ice had actually gone a period of expansion. So that's all we have, and there's many, many more. Yes.
I'm confused.
The floor recognizes Deacon Tex.
I'm confused.
Yes, sir.
Okay, supposedly he says that the Arctic ice. Oh, he's saying it could be gone.
Be gone.
And it actually had gone under a period of expansion. Okay, never mind then.
He said it could be gone by 2015, but it said in the he said it could be gone in the next 7 years. But within that 7 years, the Arctic ice had actually undergone a period of expansion. Same as with, like we said before, if you looked at our NASA, was it last show or the year before, we showed the NASA imaging of California, for one, and they showed all of the green and all the reforestation.
You know what? There's a part of me I would like to see some polar melting. And, that's the thing. Okay, and scientists will never be able to answer this because it's like, okay, what is actually being done by humans and what is actually just a naturally occurring phenomenon that the Earth has been doing since it was created.
Yeah, natural cycles.
Right. It goes through this period of contraction and an expansion or whatever. But I would love, wouldn't it be something to see the Pacific Ocean just kind of, boy, that would clean San Francisco up, wouldn't it?
Clean all that shit out.
I know, that would just take care of it. Maybe that's what they're waiting on. Maybe that's what Nancy's waiting on. She's just like, oh my God, just
you know what?
let the waters rise.
She's
for
brilliant.
Pete's sake.
She's brilliant.
I know, she's got us all fooled. Nancy's got us all fooled. She's waiting for the waters to rise up in the Pacific
and clean all the
take out San
the poop
Francisco
and the homeless
all in one shot. Burp.
Or
it's like one big toilet.
Or she can do it like or she can do like Seattle does, and then she can give them a bus pass.
Yeah, one-way ticket
somewhere else.
No, what?
Ship them out in the desert.
No, what happens is they hop on a bus in San Francisco and get a one-way ticket to Seattle. And then people in Seattle get a one-way ticket to San Francisco. I thought we got rid of these mothers.
Where the hell is all these homeless? We send one bus out, 3 buses come in.
I know. Where's that? Give me that license plate on that bus. Washington State. I'm going to call that damn mayor up.
You know.
All right. We talked a little bit on our way back from watching a movie this afternoon and eating. And then we saw It Chapter 2. Excellent movie. Go see it. If you like scary movies, It Chapter 2.
Yes.
Go see it. It is a very good movie. Excellent.
Way better than the first one.
Mr. Ed, I know you like horror films. I'm not sure if you saw it yet, but if you haven't, go.
Way better than the first one. But
anyway, we talked on the way back how.
And can I just interrupt for a second?
Okay, interrupt for a second.
We did have a talk with 2 teenage boys in the back seat. Were very astute and actually very involved in the conversation.
Yes, they were.
Go ahead.
So anyway, one of the topics we brought up. Okay, can we do more? As and be mindful of what we throw away and what we recycle. Absolutely,
yes,
it could be a part of everybody. However, what always fascinates me is they talk about, like, with the subject of plastic straws came up, and about going into the oceans and killing off sea turtles and so forth and so on. But how I was watched about a month ago this special on National Geographic where they were showing off the coast of India this en masse mound of plastic milk bottles, water bottles, and stuff that was actually, it looked like a freaking atoll. It looked like an isle, like a reef, or like a floating island that was floating in the Pacific Ocean that originated from India. And there's other ones that we were showing originating from China, where they've actually showed these these trash trucks backing up to the ocean and dumping it into the ocean.
Yep.
This is my thought. Now, if that happened here in the United States, holy shit. Yeah, somebody's ass would they be done, or they'd be in prison with old what's his face from with the wrench guy, Mr. Herbig.
Yeah.
So anyway,
yeah, but they'd be able to walk though.
So this is my thing. Okay, yeah, we do our part. We do our part here in the United States, and granted, is there still some more we can do? Yeah, absolutely, because nobody's perfect. But until you solve that problem over across Pacific, because what happens is that jet stream goes from there to the west coast of the United States.
India and China.
Yes, that's the way that that stream works when the current flows.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that shit is coming this way. And you've got dolphins that are caught up in it. You've got whales that are caught up in it. You have whales that are consuming that because they go up to get the plankton or whatever, the sea kelp, and are engulfing all of these water bottles and stuff from India and Malaysia and China and stuff like that. And it's like, people, come on, clean up your own shit.
Yep. I mean, U.S. is one of is either the top or near the top of the countries that are
that are like doing the most for the environment.
Most for the environment, yes.
For as far as like recycling and stuff like that being.
And you're not going to get this done until you go and deal with China, India, Russia, as far as, India and China both in
don't get started on Russia.
And Russia in emissions. I mean, look,
Russia's got their own problems
go on YouTube, and I kind of like to watch the car crashes. I'm a little bit north. But they have a bunch from Russia. Go watch them, and you see in Russia, the whole, I mean, it doesn't matter where in Russia it is. It's freaking dirty as shit.
Yeah,
because you can see it in the air. But that until you go deal with that, and yet we're gonna go and start outlawing straws because that creates that's about this much as about what all the freaking China and everything else. So,
well, not only
we'll
that,
clean our stuff up, but.
Well, not only that, but this is my thing. If those cities would handle their business and actually recycle the way that they're supposed to recycling, then you wouldn't have a problem with the plastic straws. That's all I'm saying. Obviously, you don't want to do what you're supposed to do.
Don't get me started on them damn straws.
How many times have you been into the city and you have? I'm going to bring up my favorite city, which is Baltimore. And how many times I've been to Baltimore, and those of you from around the area, I think they might still be with us. We have a couple watching that are from around the Baltimore area, that you drive by the streets, and they have trash cans out, but they're overflowing. It's like, when was the last time somebody actually, okay, you have a trash can out there, but, for Pete's sake, somebody's got to come by and, like, clean it up and to empty it for, and there's, like, trash overflowing out of the trash can, and you'll get a storm that comes in, the wind, it starts blowing all that trash all over the place.
Goes in the gutter. Guess where all that stormwater goes?
And that's the city's
right in the
there
bay.
again, and that's the city's responsibility. That is not the consumer's responsibility. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're putting their trash in the trash bin. It's the city's responsibility to be taking the trash away. I'm out of here. I'm done. Especially Baltimore.
You could talk to Elijah Cummings about that.
Oof. So,
there's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful city. Even the mayor's like, we need to just firebomb this whole block.
Yes.
She was like on the thing saying.
And yes, Mr. Ed, you are correct. The alleyways are the dumping grounds in there. And it's not just Baltimore. I pick on Baltimore because I was there for a while against my will. I didn't like it. It's dirty, but anyway, I'm sure all the other cities. D.C. is probably just as bad. If I love the videos in D.C. where they're showing the rats running around the restaurants late at night.
Yeah,
get him, Bobby. This restaurant here had 5 Michelin stars. What? Are you sure that wasn't 5 rat tails?
They have one of the best chefs in the country.
Oh, yes. And look, there's a caper right here on my lamb chop. That's a rat turd.
Oh, my. Oh, these are, I will say, these capers are a little gamey.
Yes. Oh, a little chewier than I usually am.
Oh, Howard, how about a little kiss? Your breath smells like shit, my dear. You've been brushing with the dog's toothbrush.
Yeah, dogs are Fifi's toothbrush. Have you been rubbing Fifi's toothbrush across your lips?
Because you
smell like dog ass.
It must be those capers. Where'd you get those capers? Out the alleyway.
Yep, out back. Honey, if you only knew what ran around this restaurant in the middle of the night. Chocolate sprinkles. And speaking of chocolate sprinkles.
Oh.
Reverend Cubs had some on his ice cream this afternoon. You sure that was chocolate sprinkles? Or at least tasted good, though, didn't it?
They did.
That's all that matters. As long as it tastes
I tell you what, if rat turds taste like that, sign me up.
I know, I'll eat them. I'm going to put Hershey out of business.
Oh.
But anyway, to close out the thing with the whole climate change thing, look, the Earth's going to do what it's going to do. And trust, I'm a firm believer Mother Nature's going to take care of herself. If Mother Nature doesn't like what's going on.
And you.
Yep, Mother Nature will fix what needs to be fixed. God will take care of what he needs to take care of and make sure that gets squared away. Is some of it man-made? Yeah, probably. But I'm a believer that I think it's just a natural. The Earth is at this cycle. Point. The Earth is at this time where it's going through a natural cycle.
But yes, because they had, and this was I think about 8 months ago. Because they had found some piece of wood. I think it was from a Roman ship.
Roman.
Throw him to the floor. Okay.
No, Roman.
They found a Roman ship, right? And in the ship, they could see they had the timbers and the wood. They actually looked because this was like a big ass ship, I guess. So they looked in the rings, and they could see how far apart the ring or how close they are, right? And they could determine that during like the Roman era was like one of the hottest on the planet, or they're assuming from what they could see as far as recorded history, even though they weren't recording temperatures in Roman, but they could still see by the rings. So they said, yeah, it was hot as crap during then, like hotter than what we have now. So, okay, how long ago was that? 2,000 years ago?
Right. So it's just
here's the thing. People quit losing your freaking mind. And we talked about Al Gore. Look at Al Gore now. Just because he talked this shit, look at his ass now. The dude's got hundreds of millions of dollars. He's got what? How many private jets does he have?
I know, a couple.
Oh, and by the way, if you ever remember our show, thank you.
That's all he is making money.
And if you remember when we talked about the Google Climate Forum Summit, whatever.
Yeah, with all the actors coming in on their yachts.
And they had 117 private jets flying around. We care about the environment.
This is control tower to Brad Pitt's jet. Please remain in the air. We still got 20 other jets we've got to land. So all of y'all just go ahead and keep burning your fuel in the atmosphere.
We got Leo.
We got to land Leo first.
Leonardo DiCaprio, he's in front of you, and we're waiting for that skank Cardi B to land, and then
Cardi B.
I don't know.
She's got floaties. Throw her in the ocean.
So again, and like we said before, freaking Bernie Sanders spent over $350,000 renting or chartering private jets to take him around, when all he bitches about is the freaking environment and this, that, and the other.
And I'm going to tell you
hypocrisy. And you people go F yourself.
Well, and see the biggest thing is, and I know this, and I know this from being my time in the Air Force, but probably the worst fuel, okay, that burns carbon into the atmosphere is jet fuel.
Yes, sir.
Because jet fuel is basically almost pure. The fuel that we put in our cars has gone through a long process of getting processed. Jet fuel, not so much. It's pretty much like, because it has to burn hot. It has to, and it puts out a lot of shit.
Look at the engines and like the tails and stuff of like jets. You see, it's black.
But yet they're rich and celebrities, so they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
It's the rest of us that have to suffer. We have to get those.
See, that's the thing. We're okay.
Yes.
It's for you people. You people.
Yes.
You people. We can think for you because you're not smart to think for yourself.
I'm not.
So us people, us millionaires, the multimillionaires, we're gonna be up here doing our thing. You be where you are, and you just abide by it.
Yes, and I tell you what I'm going to do is start next week, or actually after I'm on my classes, I'm going to start working on a Flintstone flyer. I don't know if y'all remember that episode of the Flintstones where he had it looked like an egg beater, and he was flying in the air. That's how I'm going to get around. I'm just telling you that right now.
I'd like to see an egg beater get your ass off the ground.
Well, it's going to take, I know, it's going to be a lot. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of leg and arm action.
You may get some industrial size.
Industrial size propellers. Anyway.
All right. So, that's about it. I think we're okay because I don't know what time we actually started because we were late.
We're about an hour. Yeah, we're about, about an hour, a little over an hour.
Because we had serious problems at the beginning.
We had
to reset everything. Restart the computer, the soundboard. I mean, it was just.
I'm telling you.
It was terrible.
I think it's
It's the damn Democrats trying and Facebook. Everybody's trying to shut us down.
Among others. The Chinese.
Yeah,
everybody. Hacking into our show.
Hack this.
So
anyway, so that's all. I think did I have
I don't think any announcements. No.
I did have one. I'm still working on the coffee tumblers. The price is still too high, so I'm looking at some other places, but unless we get some people that's willing to invest in Conformity Antidote and get us off the ground, because we got to finance that stuff ourselves. Right now, the coffee tumblers is because we have to buy a set amount, and it's freaking. I think right now we're looking at close to $400
for a tumbler.
Well, for the amount I have to buy.
Okay.
Yeah, $400 for a tumbler.
These
people see I got to deal with. Look at it. Come on, man.
It could have been a nice tumbler. Better than $400.
Oh, yeah. Here, get some of this. Oh. Here, get some of this. And you guys that came in late or whatever, if you missed the Camel story, go back and listen. But anyway, yeah. So I'm still working on the coffee tumblers. I'm trying to get them so we can get them out by Christmas. I just don't know if it's going to happen. So,
but you can still get mugs.
We still got some mugs. You can get mugs. We still got T-shirts,
shirts.
You flip it around.
What am I, a pony? Am I a show pony?
Yes, you are a show pony.
Can you see it?
There's the back. Yeah, we got pretty good enough. So you got the back and the front. So we still got T-shirts for sale, magnets, burgundy. There was a little snafu, and I didn't get your stuff out till recently. So I think it's supposed to be next week. I didn't get it sent off when I said I did. I lied. I was planning to get it, but then work stuff and whatever. But you should have it. I think
it's in the mail.
It is actually physically in the mail. So, and I think I sent mug. I think I sent you a magnet and some of our cards, so you can just pass them out everywhere. Especially since she lives in Washington State, pass them all over the place.
We'll be causing riots up there.
That's right.
We'll be hand them out to your favorite Antifa members.
Yeah, yeah. Just chuck them in there. Anyway, so I think that's all I got. Yeah, I think that's all we got. We're still working on the narration for Audible, and we're doing some
stuff.
What they call auditioning for books on Audible. So stay tuned for that. You might hear.
And you can hear us all the time.
Us golden tones on Audible.
Yes.
So we've gotten sent quite a few scripts, and we're checking them out, doing them, and sending them out. So we'll let you know when that happens. Yeah, they said there was a couple ones that are erotica. I said,
I'll take those.
I am not reading those.
I'll take those. And so she said. I can see it. They'll be like, "Oh my God, who's reading this?"
Dude. What? There's this one when you come up and you can look at other books that you can narrate for, and there's this guy that comes up all the time, and he's like a gay dude. Which I understand there's gay people and there's genres for that, whatever else. But I swear, everyone. So right now he has got, I think, 20-some books out there. He probably just started putting them in.
Right.
20-some books he needs narrated. Every one of them is about boys, like high school and maybe into college. Yeah, I'm like, dude, seriously.
You're pigeonholing your.
So it's not like talking about a gay dude that's maybe 25 that's in the stock market and he's working all the time and he needs a boyfriend or something like that. No, it's like guys in high school trying to find their first. It's like, dude, and it's like all of his books are like that. It's like
mix it up a little. You're
I'm just like
you're scaring everybody.
Come on, man. Anyway,
anyhow,
look for that, and I think that's all. That's all I got. I can't think of anything else. Halloween show.
Well, we really haven't talked about that, but it's coming. Well, about 4 weeks. 4 weeks from now, it would be a Halloween show. So
Halloween show.
Stay tuned.
The last one was really cool because you couldn't even see us. We were like floating heads.
Yes. So stay tuned, and we'll get some more information as we get closer. We're not sure what's going on yet with that. But we will.
With what?
We're going to be doing a Halloween show.
With the actual Halloween show?
Right. Yeah, we're not sure what we're doing yet. So anyway.
Ooh, I wonder if we can get like stuff floating.
I know. Ooh, don't tell everybody. Oh. It's going to be a surprise.
Well, the visualization is just all it needs to be.
That's true.
That's what it is. Anyway. All right. So enough from me. Love you guys.
Thank you all again for being with us this weekend, this Saturday. We're sorry about the snafu, but those of you that are our regulars, we always tend to have these things happen. But thanks for staying with us, and have a great week. And we hope to see you all again back here next Saturday. And I believe, from what I saw in our chat, we may have a special guest to join us in our show next Saturday. So just stay tuned.
We may do.
And like I said, have a great week. God bless everybody out there. Hug. Let's be civil to each other and just give everybody a hug. No, not everybody, but
even the stinky homeless people. Go hug them up.
Go hug them and just give them a bar of soap or something. It's a good police shower. Or be like in San Francisco. Put a boulder out in your sidewalk. We may talk about that next show.
Or put rocks in their pockets and then kick them in the kick them in the ocean. Never mind.
That's rude. Be like Charlie Brown. I got rocks. All right, everybody. Until next Saturday. We'll see you then. God bless.
Turn the computer off.
Oh.
Fat bastard.
Oh, what's that kung pao? Well, that's my baby. That's my... Oh. Get my chopsticks. Ooh. Ah.